everybody! Thanks so much for tuning in. Right now, you're watching the one and only Korean History in English channel. So, what I'm basically going to do on this channel is tell you about Korean history. I'll start chronologically, starting off with the Joseon Dynasty. Oh, and I'm also going to have special episodes, so if you have any culture, event, or part of history, like anything about Korea that you want to learn about, just feel free to leave a comment. Now, for today, I'm going to go off script a little bit, just a little. See, I said before I was going to start off with the Joseon Dynasty, right? But I take it that you've heard of it before, but Battleship Island, Battleship Island is such a big issue these days, so I decided to start off with that, but hope you don't mind. Well, but don't worry, I promise that I'll start off with Joseon Dynasty next time, so be sure not to miss it. Okay, let's get started. But first off, let me explain to you a little about Battleship Island so it'll be a little bit easier to understand. So, Battleship Island is a small island located off coast of Nagasaki Prefecture in Japan. Its original name is Hashima Island, but as you can see in the picture, it looks exactly like a battleship, so it was named that way. It used to be a small, uninhabited island until the year 1890 when a company named Mitsubishi bought it and made it into an undersea coal mine. But it wasn't that active, at least not until the Sino-Japanese War happened. After the war, the Japanese started to run short on supplies, so they started to take people, Koreans mostly, and force them to work. The Koreans were taken ruthlessly from their homes, their families, and they were forced to work in those treacherous mines. I mean, you have no idea how dangerous those mines were. I mean, just basically being a mine, it was dangerous, right? But also, not to mention the poisonous gas, and the miners had no idea when the rocks would fall on top of them. Plus, since it was undersea, it was really steep, like super steep, and it was also humid, and even seawater, water, leaked into the mines. I mean, just talking about it makes me want to hurl, really. The Korean forced laborers were forced to work 16 hours a day. Can you believe that? And they even got whipped if they rested for just a minute. All the food they got was bean cake, which is leftover bean after being squeezed for oil. Now, after all of these cruel and brutal things the Japanese did, can you believe that this island was listed as a World Heritage? I mean, when we say World Heritage, we think of the Tripitaka Koreana, the Parthenon, the Taj Mahal, beautiful and precious heritage that have great universal value to it. How can a place like the Battleship Island, one that holds the history of manslaughter, forced labor, cruelty, abuse, be considered the same? And you know what really pisses me off? When the Battleship Island was being evaluated to be listed as a World Heritage, other countries, like several actually, pointed out the forced labor. So the Japanese thought that it would be an obstacle in the way of getting listed, so they promised that they would have signs, like explaining of the forced labor. I mean, which is not enough by hell, in my opinion. But anyway, it was listed as a World Heritage. And on that very day, the Japanese suddenly started to say that no kind of forced labor had occurred. I mean, seriously, what is that? I mean, it's like they have no moral conscience at all. And to do all that just because of money? Seriously. See, I know that even if I say this a million times, nothing will change. What's listed is already listed. There's nothing I can do to change that. But what I can do is tell the world, rightfully, what's true. I can tell the world, the people of the world, what really happened in Battleship Island. So, all I ask of you is just to know that there were Korean forced laborers behind all that glory in Battleship Island. And I am just begging you to tell the people around you that what you see is not all the truth. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, This was my first episode, so I was so nervous how it did come out, but did you enjoy? Well, if you have any questions regarding this episode, just leave a comment and I'll try my best to answer it in the next episode. Thank you again so much for watching, and see you next time!